My dear students, welcome to Brainoscientia, your own classroom. Today I am going to discuss a topic, major abiotic factors from the chapter Organism and Population of class 12. So in the previous classes, we have seen that what is biome, what are the different types of biome or major biomes of India. Then we have also covered the aquatic biome. Today's topic is major abiotic factors. That how these abiotic factors regulate the distribution of different types of organism, distribution of different types of organism in the planet. That is how these abiotic factors regulate the habitat of this organism. Again, how these abiotic factors regulate the habitat of an organism. There are so many abiotic factors that regulate or decide the habitat of an organism, but today we will focus on four major abiotic factors, and the abiotic factors are temperature, then light, then water, then soil. That means how these four abiotic factors regulate or decide the habitat of an organism, so that how it has an influence, how these factors has an influence on an organism in an environment. Okay. The first factor is temperature. So we will discuss the first factor, temperature. Okay, so temperature. Temperature has a direct influence on organism habitat as well as organism physiology or you can say metabolic activities of the organism, metabolic activities of an organism. So, or you can say the kinetic of various enzyme action, kinetics of various enzyme action inside the organism body. Inside the organism body. So that means temperature has a direct influence on the organism health as well as its biological activities, various metabolic activities, various enzymatic activities of an organism. So it has a direct influence on this physiology, metabolic activities of an organism, kinetics of various enzymatic action inside the organism. That means temperature has a direct influence on organism habitat as well as organism physiology. So based on this temperature tolerance, organisms are classified into two types based on the temperature tolerance. So what is temperature tolerance? That means some organisms are able to survive in higher temperature and some organisms are able to survive in cold temperature. So based on temperature tolerance, organisms are classified into two types. One is stenothermal, another is eurythermal. So based on temperature tolerance means how this organism behave according to the temperature present in that environment. So stenothermals are considered as those organisms that survive in a narrow range of temperature. That survive in a narrow range of temperature. That means if there is a more temperature fluctuation, they may die. If there is a more temperature fluctuation, their population may decrease or reduce, or they may die. That means narrow range of temperature means within a certain degree of temperature they may able to survive. For example, you take suppose if I take a polar bear, they are able to survive in cold region, extreme cold region or Arctic zone, or you can say penguin. They are adapted to this cold Arctic zone temperature, and if these organisms are bring to another temperature, higher temperature zone, they will not be able to survive. In higher temperature regions, higher temperature, they will not be able to survive. That means this group of organisms survive in a narrow range of temperature. More fluctuation in the temperature, they will not be able to accommodate or not be able to survive. Next group of organism is the Eurythermal. Okay. This group of organism have adapted themselves to every temperature fluctuation. They can tolerate higher temperature as well as lower temperature. So that means their survival rate is wider temperature zone. That means increase or decrease in temperature doesn't have a direct influence on them. That means they are able to accommodate with the situation, with the temperature zone. Okay. Suppose an organ, for example, human beings. We human beings are able to survive in a range of temperature. If there is higher temperature, we are able to survive. With a lower temperature, we are also able to survive because we are called homotherm. That means we are able to undergo homeostasis. In the next part, we will learn what is homeostasis. Okay, as well as the maximum of the warm-blooded animals. Not all warm-blooded animals, human as well as bird. Not all bird. Okay, these are able to survive in a wider temperature zone. So this kind of animals are called eurythermal organism. Again, based on different climatic zone, organisms are classified into temperature group. Again, based on climatic zone, organisms are classified into four temperature groups. That means in which climate they are. Based on that, the organism is classified into four temperature groups. First one is megatherms. Next one is mesotherms. third one is microtherms. Fourth one is Hake isotherm. So now we study each one of them individually. Okay. So this group of organisms, this megatherms, the organisms that fall under this category, found in higher temperature zone. That means in this area temperature always remain high throughout the year. In this zone, the organisms that found in this zone, okay, where temperature remain high throughout the year, and the zone is tropical zone. Tropical zone. In this zone, climatic zone is tropical zone. Tropical zone, the organisms that are found, they have to survive in this higher temperature zone. Next group of organism is Mesotherm. They are also found in high temperature zone. But they also is some mild winter condition near. So this group are found in subtropical zone. This group of organisms are found in subtropical zone. That means they are found in high temperature zone, but sometimes of the year they have to face this mild winter conditions. So they are Mesotherm. Next one is the microtherms. What are those microtherms? Microtherms means the organism reside in cold environment, found in cold environment. Organism found in cold environment, but they face summer with moderate high temperature. They face summer with moderate temperature. Okay, moderate temperature. This group of organisms found in cold environment, but in summer they have to face moderate temperature. And the zone is temperate zone. Zone is the temperate zone. Next group of organisms, Hake isotherm. Okay, this group of organisms are found in cold environment. Where the summer temperature rises below 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, summer temperature is below 8 to 10 degrees Celsius or even less. Okay, this zone is Arctic zone. Arctic zone or alpine zone. So we have seen that animals are distributed in different regions of the planet Earth based on that how this temperature has a direct influence on their habitat. Okay, so this much for today. We will continue with some temperature rules in the next class. We will continue with some temperature rules. Next topic in the class is temperature rules. Okay. So this much for today. Thank you, student, for your attention in the class. I hope you enjoy the class. Thank you.